a little wine with Bukowski. A little wine with Bukowski. Yeah. I'm closer tonight. Popping a lot. It's okay. So much for the sound check. A little wine with Bukowski. I'll never be a great poet. I'm not mean enough. I'm not tough enough. I don't cry much. I've suffered some, a fair amount, but not enough. And I always rebound. Tragedy strikes but never crushes me. I've never been crushed. I'm fearless, but not fearless enough. I like food and drink so I don't abuse them. I love women and respect men so I don't use them. I'm too kind and observant to be a great poet. I don't float above life like a god. I have to be down in it like a correspondent. I want to use drugs for the rest of my life, but not right now, thanks, no. I say yes more often than I say no. I don't swear enough. I don't bleed often. I haven't been in a fist fight since grade school, unless you count that scuffle with his jealous husband when he tried to ram my head through a door. Or the morning he came to my home with a shotgun fresh from Walmart, still in the box in the trunk of his car. Other than that, I'll never be a great poet. I love my family more than I hate them, and my hatred is pretty lame. I fight against invective. I'm a good driver. I'm not impulsive. I avoid conflict. I've never cursed or claimed a God. I wrote stories and drew pictures instead of praying in church as a kid. I even led hymns and then just wandered off. I've got a good voice. I've got a good voice. I'm a show-off, but I can't be a great poet. I'm too modest in my work. I'm not very obscene or obscure. I want everyone to understand me. I like people, even the shitheads who build character by tearing at mine with the greasy plastic sporks of their neuroses. They're the best, and they are inheriting the earth all the time. There is no room for me in great poetry. I'm a nice guy. I don't evangelize. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I want to live life, not be used up by it. I'm not suicidal, except that time I ran and collapsed behind a fire pit and curled into a ball and froze and shook, and no one came for me. And I didn't cry once. I had to bring myself back inside. So I did, and for about 5 minutes there, I was a pretty damn good poet. But I'm too good an editor to be a great poet, so I settle for half decent, if that makes me a better person. And how great is that? When I take rejection well. When it shows up in my mailbox, I think, well, fuck you anyway. And when I get it in my life, I think, well, guess I better write some more poems. I like being employed. I don't covet much. I'm not afraid of you. But do you think this makes me a great poet? Sometimes I stop writing. And when I'm sitting there alone in the blue light of the TV after the movie's gone off, I think to myself, Tony, all you've ever done has made you the poet you are. Everything you're doing right now is refining you into gold like black oil turned to gasoline. Everything you're going to do, whether you plan it or not, whether you can take it or not, whether you want it to or not, all of it is shaping you constantly. Isn't that enough? Isn't that what makes great poets? And then I breathe again and I think, okay, yeah. And I muster up the nerve to reach for pen and paper, but at least half the time, nothing makes it to the page. I lost it. Great.